What's going on, chat? Welcome to a brand new live stream of Lies of P. Happy Friday, everyone. Hope you guys are doing fantastic out there. Welcome on in, chat. Let's get this stream started, shall we? I'm gonna swap over here. Happy Friday, everyone. Hope you guys are doing swell. Yeah, hope you guys had a wonderful week, and hopefully you guys are having a great start to the weekend. For those of you here in the US, this weekend is Memorial Day weekend, so we have basically a 3-day break, which is really nice. Yeah, so chat, it is Friday. It is, finally a day of rest that we have, and we are back with some more Lies of P. By the way, I do want to apologize for anyone out there who, basically saw the stream notification, the announcement. I completely forgot at the beginning of my stream to change the title of my stream. Completely forgot to update it. And so I updated it right now. And if you guys, are seeing the old live stream title, then you will need to probably refresh your phone or refresh your browser, right? If you're on PC, if you're on laptop. But yeah, basically, for those of you who do not know what is happening during this stream, I actually did a rescheduled live stream 2 days ago. I did a live stream on Wednesday night, and it was in order to make up for missing last Saturday, right? Um, on Wednesday, we had a magnificent achievement. We fought two different bosses. We fought Simon Manus and we fought the Nameless Puppet. And of course, we were able to beat both of them. That was incredible. That was amazing. For the Simon Manus boss fight, we managed to beat him on the very first try. It was a very lengthy battle because, a lot of the time I kind of spent the fight running around and trying to stay alive, while, every once in a while I would go in and swing a little bit at the enemy, at the boss, just to, like, cut his health down. But we managed to get it first try, and I'm very happy about that. Very much proud of myself for that. And for the Nameless Puppet fight, I think that, we did die a couple of times against that boss. It was very tricky. But overall, we managed to, secure the victory. In fact, it was actually really funny what happened at the very end. You guys can go and watch the VOD if you guys are interested. But for the Nameless Puppet fight, at the very end. So what I was doing is, for those who don't know, with the Nameless Puppet fight, after you stagger the Nameless Puppet, right? You have the ability to do a critical attack against him and basically, take away a good chunk of his HP. Then, after, you critically attack him, you strike him, he basically flies into this, like, rage, right? So he starts, like, screaming and basically just kind of, I guess, powering himself up, right? And when he does this, the correct strategy of how to handle it is you want to run away from him, and you want to hit him with any long-range attacks that you have, right? Whether it's throwables, whether it is, maybe you have the Falcon Eyes Legion Arm, right? Any type of long-range capability, resource that you have, you should use it to cut down his HP and, bring yourself closer to achieving victory. So, during the winning attempt, right, where I beat Nameless Puppet, I think this was maybe the second time in the fight during phase 2 that I staggered him. And he was very low on health. I think he was probably at about maybe 30% HP. Maybe a little bit lower than 30%, but I would guess around 30%. And so, I staggered him, I did the critical hit, and I ran away. And after I ran away, I turned around and I started throwing. I think I was throwing the thermites, right? The fire throwables at him. And I think I threw 2 of the thermites, and it was the last 2 thermites that I had. And then I was like, okay, let me swap over to the throwing cell, the electrical battery, and let me throw that. Now, I did not actually realize, how lucky I was and how much damage that I was able to deal, because I threw the thermites and then I swapped over to the throwing cell, the electric battery, and I threw one. But when I threw it, my, target lock system, it automatically, like, disappeared, right? So it vanished, and my character threw the throwing cell nowhere. Like, it went all the way to, like, the left side of the Nameless Puppet. And, you know, at first, my immediate thought was like, oh shit, is this like, you know, is this a bug? Is this a glitch where the game, you know, accidentally removed my target lock and now caused me to fuck up in the fight? And I was really, you know, worried. I was really scared because I was not paying attention to the health bar, and so I was thinking, oh shit, I fucked up. I need to probably get ready to dodge roll or to try and block whatever attack is coming, right? It turns out that what actually happened is somehow I managed to kill Nameless Puppet with the second thermite that I threw at him. So I killed him, and then when I swapped over to the throwing cell, I threw it, and right as I threw it, you know, his HP went down to 0, and he completely just died. And so, yeah, it was a very unexpected, surprising conclusion, finish to the Nameless Puppet. But I will say that it was very satisfying nonetheless. Yeah, 100%. So yeah, we had those two major achievements in my previous VOD, in my previous live stream, and I'm very, very happy about it. I think the only you know, sadness that I have, the only disappointment that I have is that so, you know, for those who are unaware, I have a stream deck that I use for my streams, and it has a lot of very, very useful, very you know, just absolutely convenient tools that I can use at my disposal. One of the buttons that I have on my stream deck, it actually has a really cool functionality where I can click a button, just one simple button, I click it, and it automatically creates a 30-second clip of what just now happened, you know, during my live stream. So, you know, let's say, for example, with Lies of P, I beat a boss, and then I click the button, the last 30 seconds of that fight, you know, hypothetically speaking, will be captured in that clip. So it's a really, really cool, you know, neat little utility that I have at my disposal. But unfortunately, I found this out during my last stream. Apparently the like website or the program or whatever that I guess like manages this button, this like clip feature, whatever that system was, it for some reason logged me out. And so, you know, my Twitch account was not connected to that service, and therefore it was not able to, you know, basically clip anything from my previous stream, even though I click the button, right? So I would click the button, and it would give me like this error message. It would give me like this red triangle with an exclamation mark inside of it, or it's like a yellow triangle or whatever. And so I had to like re-log into my Twitch account and re-authenticate, you know, my profile with whatever the service was. But what I ended up doing is after my stream, I went back into my VOD and I created like, I think 60-second clips, 1-minute clips, you know, manually, basically on my own. So yeah, that was really, really cool, and I'm very, very glad that, you know, we were able to make such incredible progress during the stream on Wednesday. And so yeah, on Wednesday, you know, more or less what we did was we completely finished New Game Plus of Lies of P, right? And so, you know, I mentioned this at the end of my live stream on Wednesday, where I basically said that, you know, what I'm going to do in between Wednesday and today is I'm going to basically try to finish up everything that I can in the game in terms of, you know, grabbing the rare valuable items such as Legion calibers, quartz, you know, upgrade materials, right? Things of that nature. So, you know, I wanted to grab all of them if possible, or as many of them as possible, before going into New Game Plus 2, right? So yeah, no, I said that I would do that on Wednesday at the end of my stream, and I basically did do that on the following days. I think like, you know, maybe Thursday in the afternoon or in the evening I did that, and you know, I spent a good amount of time kind of just like grinding out whatever remaining stuff that there was in the game. And so, you know, with that being done, the great, fantastic news that I'm very happy about is today, right here and now in this live stream, we are going to be officially starting on New Game Plus 2. We're going to be, you know, redoing our entire journey. And this time, you know, I am going to be very sure that I don't make the same mistake as last time with like the Romeo fight, where I accidentally did it offline and I didn't actually, you know, show it off on stream. And I think what I'm gonna try to do is, I would say, you know, for some of the more like interesting and challenging bosses in Lies of P, you know, maybe I'll do every single boss. I don't know. It depends, but you know, I'm thinking that like there might be at least some boss fights in New Game Plus 2 where I take that footage, you know, I take the boss fight of me fighting and winning against the boss. I'll take those moments of my VODs, of my streams, and I'll, you know, send it over and export it over to YouTube and have it just uploaded there for fun. That way it's kind of like a way for me to, you know, sort of look back nostalgically and compare, you know, how did I perform in base game versus how did I perform in New Game Plus 2? Did I improve? Did I, you know, make the same mistakes? How good or bad? You know, did I end up performing against the boss in both of those two scenarios, right? Base game and New Game Plus 2. So yeah. But basically, you know, I'm going to be trying to speed through New Game Plus 2, you know, try to clear as much content as I can as fast as possible, get to the boss fights, beat the bosses, and prepare myself for the eventual release of the, you know, Overture DLC, right? And of course, it goes without saying that for New Game Plus 2, we absolutely want to make sure that we are chasing after the remaining 3 achievements for Steam, right? For the 100%. I think the number one achievement that we need to focus on, that we need to make sure that we 100%, you know, achieve this, is getting the achievement for collecting all special weapons, because we need to get the golden light weapon, and in order to unlock that weapon, you need to have a very high level of humanity. You have to basically have like a quote-unquote maximum level of humanity. And so yeah, I think that that is going to be kind of our main priority, our top priority, because the other two achievements that we have are ones that we are, you know, we are completely guaranteed to get those achievements. All we need to do is at the very end of the game, we just need to select the option to give Geppetto our heart, and that's it, right? And we unlock 2 achievements immediately from just doing that. But yeah, getting the golden light weapon is absolutely going to be, you know, top of the list, the most important thing that we want to look forward to, that we want to focus on, and make sure that we are doing things the proper way in order to unlock the weapon, right? But yeah. In any case, chat, let's go ahead and dive on in, shall we? Let's see here. Continue. One thing that I did want to kind of tell you guys about, I'll show you a couple of things here, but first and foremost, so as I mentioned, I spent some time offline, and what I did is I basically collected, you know, all of the available quartz and all of the available Legion calibers that I could, and basically this is where we are right now. We have 3 quartz and we have 1 Legion caliber. I believe I need 2 more Legion calibers in order to finish upgrading the puppet string Legion arm, right? And then I need 1 more quartz so that I can unlock a P-Organ upgrade that has 4 slots. It has 4 different, you know, buffs or upgrades that we can obtain, right? So I need 1 more quartz and then 2 more Legion calibers to, you know, be able to do an upgrade, right? But yeah, in any case, what we're gonna go ahead and do here. Oh, also, one last thing, I forgot to mention this. I don't know why I forgot to mention it, but if you take a look at my character, I think it shows it here. Maybe. Does it show it? It does. So if you guys take a look at the middle of the screen here, you will see that my capacity level on my character is level 70. I think whenever I ended my stream on Wednesday, I think my capacity level was 55, if I'm not mistaken. So I spent some time basically just farming some ergo, and I upgraded my capacity because, you know, I think, so first of all, anyone out there who is not sure about this, capacity in Lies of P, I would say, is quite possibly one of the most important and valuable stats that you can upgrade in this game. The difference that it makes is absolutely just massive, right? When you have low capacity, I think that you are not really able to fully utilize your character and able to, you know, play them at their maximum potential, right? And so yeah, capacity is incredibly important and valuable in this game. And so I decided that I was going to go ahead and upgrade it because I want to get it as high as I possibly can. I think the maximum level in this game is level 100, but I could be wrong. And so I got it to level 70, and I was like, okay, I'll stop here for now, and then we'll go into New Game Plus 2. Any ergo that I obtain in New Game Plus 2, I will, you know, use that to upgrade my capacity even further, right? And yeah, the reason why I was like, you know what, I'm just going to upgrade it offline and show it to you guys is because, you know, capacity, even though it is extremely significant in this game, it's not really a stat that you upgrade in order to directly increase the amount of damage that you deal, right? The damage dealing stats that you would upgrade is either motivity, technique, or advance. Those are the three that you would upgrade to like specifically directly focus on increasing your damage performance in combat. But capacity is more so about your equip load as well as your Legion Arm, what's it called? Legion Arm. Oh, I'm blanking on the word. Quantity? I guess like quantity, I guess that word does fit, but it's basically, I guess, the amount of times that you can utilize your Legion Arm before you run out of, you know, you run out of, like, fuel, right? Or you run out of, capacity for your Legion Arms, right? But yeah. In any case, that's what I wanted to show you guys, just, you know, let you guys know I did level up my capacity, but everything else, you know, in terms of my stats has stayed the same. So yeah. And let me see here. I don't remember. Let me take a look at something here, chat. Oh, that's right. That's what I was interested in. Yeah. Okay. Let me have a chat with Pulcinella over here. What's up, buddy?
Such a great...
All right, sell. So I have two of these. Leaping Amulet, Veteran's Amulet, Swordmaster's Amulet, Recharged, Blue Guardian, Patience Amulet, Hunters, Strength, Technique, Transformation. Okay. Okay. All right. So that's actually one thing that I did want to look into a little bit, just before we like immediately jump into New Game Plus 2. I wanted to check the Wikipedia page and see whether we are missing any like valuable amulets that we want to collect. You know, basically getting some of the +1 versions if they exist, in order to, you know, improve our character build overall. So let's see here. Amulets. These are, I think these are the special ones. Assassin's Amulet. Okay, so this one does not have a +1. Okay, that's good to know. I'm gonna take a look at this page. Does this page talk about +1s or not? I guess it doesn't. Okay. Um, All right, let's take a look here. Black Cat's Amulet. Black Cat's Amulet. Reduces damage from falling. I don't know if this has a +1. Okay, it doesn't look like it has a +1. Blue Guardianship, I believe we do have +1 of that. Yeah, we do. Okay. Carcass Butcher. Okay, so that one does not have a +1. Carrier's Amulet, we do have +1 of that one. Let's see here. Hunter's Amulet, we have +1 of that. This one is this? Oh, this is Laxatia's. Okay, never mind. Indomitable Amulet. Do we have the +1 of Indomitable? Let me see here. We have +1. Okay, good. Alright. Iron Wall Amulet. Surely there's a +1 here, right? This one doesn't mention a +1 for Iron Wall. Very interesting. Okay. So Iron Wall does not have one. Leaping Amulet, I am like 99% sure that we have it. Yeah, we do. Okay. Life Amulet. Yep, we have that one. Murder Puppets Amulet. I don't know if there is a +1 for this one. Yeah, there's no mention of a +1 here. Okay. Nameless one that is a special. Okay, please tell me that this one has a +1. Wow, interesting. So this one does not have a +1. That is quite surprising. Puppet Destroyer. Recharged. Okay, do I have the +1 for the recharged? Let me see here. Yes, okay, I do have it. Good, good, good. Alright. Red Fox's Amulet. Okay, so there's no +1 for that. Strength. So strength, we do have +1. Same for technique, same for transformation. Swordsmanship Master. I don't think we have the +1 for that. Yeah, we don't. But the question is whether a +1 exists. Huh, yeah, seems like it doesn't. Okay. Technique, we already have the +1. Transformation, we already have the +1. Veteran's Amulet. Do we, does this one have a +1? Nope, seems like it doesn't. Interesting. Alright. Yeah, well, chat, it does appear that all of the, all of the +1 amulets that we have, we've collected all of them. Very interesting. Very interesting indeed. Okay, okay. So, chat, let's go ahead and, let's get back into the game, shall we? Let me see here. Gonna do that, and here we go, chat. So, we're gonna do this, and restart. If you start the next playthrough, you won't be able to continue the current playthrough. Do you wish to continue? Here we go, chat. New game +2 officially started.
Can you hear me? Geppetto's puppet. We need your help.
Do you wish to reset the P organ? No, thank you. By the way, chat, so this is something that I wanted to show you guys on stream because I never, ever, ever realized this. I never thought about this. Apparently, there is a secret room, right? There's a secret area that I did not ever discover. And the only way that I found out about it is I was looking up information on the wiki page about an item. I was looking for, where is it? So I was looking for this item right here, the Lada brake cartridge +1. And the interesting thing is that, like, you know, before I found this item, the item that I was using, the brake cartridge that I was using, was the Arch brake cartridge. And I think it was like the base level. It was like the +0, right? And so I was wondering, I was like, where the heck is this Lada brake cartridge? Like, I never even had the +0 version, nor did I have the +1. And so I did some research, and I found out that behind here, oh yeah, so it won't let me do anything now. Like, I can't attack or anything like that. But later on in Lies of P, whenever you basically unlock the you know, Krot Central Station area that has been infested with the carcass monsters, you can go into this train, right, which is, you know, the starting area of the game, and you can go behind here, this like section right here. You can actually break this like quote-unquote wall, and you can go behind here, and it's very, very, very interesting. You basically find a chest that is back there. It's, you know,
There you are. I've been looking all over for you.
So there's like a safe back there, kind of similar to the safes that you find in the Trinity Sanctum. And there's also a workshop back there with a little bit of some lore information that is quite intriguing. But yeah, I discovered that and I was like, what the hell? Why did I never ever notice this, you know, on my playthrough? Absolutely crazy.
Jimmy will restart soon.
I see they got Jiminy too. But we have to hurry. My name is Sophia. Please come to Hotel Krot, and I'll explain what's happening. Jiminy, please escort him to the hotel.
Okay, alright. Let's go ahead and activate the lamp before we forget about it. Very nice.
Let's get you out of there. Find something that might help.
God damn, what a massacre. So yeah, we can switch Legion Arm, we can modify Legion Arm, we can activate P-Organ. Let me go ahead. I'll swap over to Aegis just to be on the safe side. Be a little bit more defensive, right? Nope, hold on. There we go. So yeah, basically, oh wow, we have a phase 7 now. Holy moly. I wonder how many phases get unlocked with each new game cycle. Lightweight. Oh my god. Wait a second. This is fucking huge. Can block Fury attacks with guard? Oh my holy Jesus fucking Christ, chat. This is insane. What's this? No, no, no. Go down. I mean, it's okay. Amulet slots? Yes, absolutely. Okay, okay. So this one right here, this one right here, and this one right here, all three of these we are 100% going to be upgrading, right? 100%. So honestly, I think that, like, you know, before I mentioned the idea of like upgrading these where it says add a weapon slot, or this one right here, which is pulse cell recovery. Nah, fuck that. We are going all in on this shit, right? So we need, let's see here, that's 4 multiplied by 3. So we need 12 quartz total to get all of these upgrades. Now, this one right here, the Legion Arm one, like, it's not terrible. The only reason why I don't really care about it that much is I don't really think that in a battle I need 3 different Legion Arms. I think that at most 2 is fine. And also another thing about Legion Arms, you know, for those of you who don't know about this mechanic, Legion Arms, very similar to weapons, very similar to other equipment in the game, it has a weight to it, right? It's something that will add, you know, weight to your equip load. And so the more Legion Arms that you have, the heavier that you might be. And I don't know if this thing right here will allow you to forever stay light load or medium load, you know, slightly heavy, right? There's a chance that even if I unlock this one, unlocking this one, it'll still, you know, kind of push me over and make me feel heavy, right? But yeah. In any case, these, you know, these three right here, we are 100% going to be upgrading them. And I think, ooh, this is tough. I think what I might want to do is, I think this one right here, Fury Attack Guard. I think this is probably going to be the very first one that I upgrade. And then maybe I do Lightweight, and then maybe I do Amulet Slots. I think that's maybe the order that we want to go in. But yeah. In any case, let's go ahead and move on forward, shall we, chat? Alright, what weapon am I using? You know what? Give me Proof of Humanity. I like that weapon. I like that weapon a lot. Alright. So, yeah, chat, let me give you guys a little bit of a, summary of my past week, right? I think, you know, this past week has not been too terrible. I think it's been pretty decently manageable, right? You know, I kind of just was focusing on my classes. I was focusing on... Yeah, about safe and prosperous. I don't know about that. Don't know about that one, champ. So, you know, mainly I was kind of focused on my classes, focused on my homework. You know, there wasn't really anything too crazy difficult. The only thing that I can, like, share with you guys, which, you know, was a little bit annoying, right? So, during this past week, one of the assignments that I had to do, it was a, I had a quiz, right? It was a, an economics quiz. And I personally, so you know, spoiler alert, I did not really do that well, against, or, you know, I did not do well, when I was, you know, taking the economics quiz. It's very interesting because, you know, for this economics quiz that I took, you know, it wasn't like I was not allowed to look up any information, right? It wasn't as if it was something that I needed to do without any help at all, right? It was, you know, one where I was free to... I was free to kind of just, you know, kind of use whatever tools and resources that I could find at my disposal, right? And so during this quiz, right, during this economics quiz, I had, you know, my browser open. I had ChatGPT that was basically open on the side, you know, ready for me to utilize it. And, you know, I was basically, like, as fully prepared as I possibly could be going into the quiz, right? However, unfortunately, I don't really know what happened. You know, I took the quiz, and I remember that, like, you know, every time that there was a question that I did not really have the answer to, right? So I would basically take this quiz, and then I'd be like, okay, hey, ChatGPT, you know, tell me whether I got the correct answer or whether I'm wrong, you know? And so, yeah, I was like, tell me what's up, give me the details, you know, did I answer this properly or did I fuck up? And, you know, I swear that I spent plenty of time on this quiz. You know, I spent plenty of time ensuring that, like, you know, I was answering things properly, right? However, whenever I turned in the quiz, right, so the quiz was a total of, it was a total of, I think, 35 questions overall. And I eventually submitted it, right? So I had a time limit. I think the time limit I was given was, like, I want to say it was, like, maybe 45 minutes or 60 minutes or something like that. It was, yeah, it was a good amount of, substantial amount of time that, like, I can't really complain about it, right? And so I took this quiz, and I submitted it. And I was like, all right, cool. You know, I'm done. And when I got my results, when I got the score for the quiz, it said that I got a 70% score. And I was like, what the actual fuck? Apparently, you know, I did not, I don't really know how this happened. I somehow managed to incorrectly answer 10 of the questions. So 25 out of 35 questions I got correct, but 10 of them I completely fucked up and I got the wrong, you know, answer. And I was like, what the hell happened? Like, this is, I felt very, very, you know, surprised, because for the questions that I asked, you know, whenever I asked like ChatGPT to, you know, double, triple check my answers and make sure that what I was doing is not wrong, basically, you know, I remember that like a lot of the questions I asked, they were very kind of like basic economic questions. You know, they were not like super duper high level, confusing, and you know, very like elite economics questions where you have to have, you know, like a college degree in order to fully understand the sort of like concepts and the terminology and whatever, right? I think like all of these economics questions were pretty basic stuff that anyone and everyone could answer, as long as they, you know, go online, search Google, watch some YouTube videos, whatever, right? And there was, I think there was like a couple of questions on the economics quiz where basically there was a reading material, right? There was a piece of like economic text, right? It was basically this yeah, this like economic textbook or economic nonfiction book or whatever, written by some, you know, probably famous economists, right? And so some of the questions on the quiz were like, according to the reading, blah 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 blah, like what is the correct answer? And I remember that like whenever I was talking to ChatGPT, when I was asking it questions, I gave ChatGPT, I was like, hey, this is, you know, a file, this is a copy of the reading material. According to this reading material, what is the correct answer, right? And I think, you know, the thing that's really annoying is, so for this economics quiz, right, whenever I took the quiz, one thing that I really hated about it is that after you were done with the quiz, after you click submit, you are not allowed to see the correct answer until after the deadline of the quiz. Like after the deadline is finished and the next day comes around, then you can look at the correct answers, right? Me personally, my opinion is that when I finish a piece of homework or a quiz or an exam or whatever, when I submit it, when I turn it in, I'm done with it, right? I don't care about, you know, going back and reviewing my performance on it, right? Whatever grade that I get, that's whatever grade that I get. Now, if I submit the assignment and, you know, when I submit the assignment, immediately it tells me what I got correct and what I got wrong and what the correct answers were, if that does happen, then I will review what I did right and what I did wrong. But if you give me a thing where it's like, okay, you turn it in now, but only after like 5 hours from now when the deadline is, that's the only time when you can review the correct, proper answers, right? If you do that, I am not going to give a single goddamn shit about what was correct and what was wrong. And I'm not going to like go back and review what I answered correctly and what I made a mistake on, right? Because to me, I like to do assignments, I like to do quizzes and tests and whatever, and just move on. Like, do them, be done with it, move on with my life. Because ultimately, you know, whenever I finish my academics, whenever I finish school, all of this shit, all of this assignments, all these tests and whatever, they don't fucking matter. They're not gonna do anything for me in my future job, in my future career, right? So, you know, because this economics quiz, it did not really tell me which questions I got wrong and which ones I got right. It just like gave me a very general overall score of like, hey, you got a 25 out of 35. Because it did that, I have no idea what I made a mistake on. What was the thing that I fucked up on? I don't know. I can only guess. I can only, you know, hypothesize about what I got right and what I got wrong. And I think there is a chance that you know, ChatGPT, it got some of the questions that was based off of the reading material. I think it got some of those questions wrong. And the reason why I say this is because so I'll give you a very quick example, right? In the reading material that we were given, it talks about, you know, different like economic systems, right? It talks about like feudalism, and it talks about like basically the whole era of like slavery, you know, using slaves to earn profit for you and blah blah blah. The sort of different economic systems that were implemented in the US throughout history, right? From the beginning of time until now. And I think like one of the questions, it said something like, what is the difference between capitalism and between the previous economic systems that existed before capitalism, right? Now, one of the answers that was available, it said something along the lines of, nobody is forced to work for another person in capitalism, right? Basically, it meant that if you live in a capitalist society, you are not required to work, you know, a 9-to-5 job for anyone else. Like that is not something that you are forced to do. You know, it's not like you are living the life of a slave, right? Back in the 1800s, 1700s, whatever. And so I could have sworn that in the you know, in the economic reading material, it mentioned something about that. And I went and I took a look at the reading material. Now, what I found that in the reading material, it said something, but it said something like slightly different. I think it said something along the lines of, in a capitalist society, like, I think it said something like, the capitalists, you know, the people who are at the top of the hierarchy, they cannot, like, they cannot like forcefully hire you or something like that, right? It said something very, very similar to what the question was asking, but it was also slightly different, you know? And the thing that also kind of like confused me a little bit, right? On the quiz, there was 2 different questions. One question said, according to the reading material, what is the difference between capitalism and between previous economic systems? And then the other question said, like, it basically did not mention the reading material at all. It just said, what is the difference between capitalism and previous economic systems, right? So it was basically the exact same question, except that one of them was specifically mentioning the reading material, and another one was just like very general, very vague, like, what is the difference, right? And I think that ChatGPT basically got the wrong answer on one of them, if not both of them. And the reason why I think this is because, so, you know, one of the answers on both of those questions, it said something along the lines of, you know, nobody is forced to work for someone else in a capitalist society, right? And I remember whenever I asked ChatGPT, like, what is the correct answer and why, ChatGPT said that in a capitalist society, you are not really like required to work for another person. However, in order to survive, in order to live, you need to work. And, you know, 90% of the time, maybe even more than 90% of the time, you are going to be working for someone else, right? You are going to be working at a company or, you know, some kind of business, some kind of entity, right? So it's like ChatGPT, it said that response, that answer was incorrect. And the reason why is because according to ChatGPT, in a capitalist society, even though you are not forced to work for another person, you kind of need to do so in order to survive. And I think that is why it marked, you know, it marked that potential answer as being not a valid, viable answer. And so for both of those questions, there was like a list of 4 different options, and the last option, you know, the 4th one, it said none of the above. And for both of those questions, ChatGPT was like, the answer is none of the above. And I was like, I don't know if that's true or not, but I kind of put my trust and my faith in ChatGPT, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to listen to what ChatGPT says. I hope that it's right. That's basically what ended up happening. And yeah, I think that, as I mentioned, either one of those questions or both of them, I do think that ChatGPT fucked it up and they got it wrong. So yeah, it was kind of annoying, but it is what it is, right? It happened. I think, you know, basically from that experience, right? From taking that quiz and getting such a low score that I was very surprised by. I think the thing that I realized is there are basically two different scenarios that I fucking despise, right? Scenario number one is that I take a quiz or an exam and I'm not given enough time. I run out of time and I'm not able to answer all the questions. That, I think, is my number one most hated scenario, where I'm like, fuck this shit. This is garbage. This is unfair. I don't like it, right? I don't think that it should exist. Then, scenario number two is basically a scenario where I'm taking a quiz or an exam and I have the resources at my disposal to figure out what the right answer is, but I still somehow get the wrong answer because the resources that I was utilizing, that I was relying upon, are incorrect, are false, and are, you know, basically they are giving wrong answers to the question because they are pulling information from the wrong sources and they are not, you know, accurately solving the problem, right? Yeah. Yeah, it feels very frustrating, very annoying, but it is what it is. Can't do anything about it. Move on with my life, right? Other than that, like, quiz, I don't really think that there was anything too crazy difficult. The only thing that I've been kind of focused on and kind of like hoping that it all goes well and that it doesn't fuck up is both of the two group assignments that I had to do. One of them for my marketing class and one of them for my accounting class. Thankfully, the group projects for my accounting class, that one is done. Like, my group has completed it, we submitted it, and you know, I said thank you to the person who was kind of acting as our group leader, and we don't have to worry about it anymore. We can kind of like breathe a sigh of relief. And then yeah, I still do have my group projects for my marketing class that we need to do, but I'm hoping that, you know, it's not going to be a whole ton of work. I'm hoping that it's not going to be overly complicated and difficult, but we'll see how that goes. I'll probably need to spend some time like this weekend to sort things out and make sure that things are going according to plan, you know? Rude. Okay, I'll take that. Thank you very much. And then we go back here, chat. I think for this first part, let me go ahead and, let me see here. I think there's going to be a stargazer out here, right? If I'm not mistaken. If so, I'm going to go ahead and change my grindstone so that it's electricity. Ah, how beautiful. Okay.
This is called a stargazer. A marvelous device the stalkers used in the past.
Puppet threshold exceeds danger estimates. Please reduce puppet numbers or reset danger parameters.
As we are not strong enough to beat the puppets. But if I lend my power to this stargazer for a moment. Gather ergo, clever one. This stargazer will make you stronger. But the stargazer's strength doesn't last forever, so be careful with it. Hurry up and come to Hotel Krat.
Okay, alright. Electricity it is. Wishstone is fine. Storage, nah, we don't need that. Okay. Okay. Nicely done. Buenos noches, modified. Gracias, amiga. Hope you're doing well. ¿Cómo estás, amiga? ¿Cómo estás? How dare you? Nice. Okay, okay. That is one thing that's really kind of frustrating about this weapon, is, you know, you can do the R2 attack, right? Which, I think it's this one right here. Hold on, hold on. I think it's, if you run, and then you do this, yeah? So if you do the running R2, I think one of the annoying things is, a lot of the time, the very first swing that you do, it will completely miss, and only the second one will hit, which is absolutely not fun. It is not a good thing at all. However, when it does hit, it is very, very nice, you know? Estoy bien, estoy muy bien. Gracias, amiga, gracias. Bye-bye, loser. Ooh, good block, good block. Nice, I like it. Another run? Sí, otro... ¿Cómo se dice? ¿Cómo se dice run? Otro... I guess, like, game? Otro juego? Eh? I don't know if that works. Okay, alright. Not bad at all. Oh, I can't... Yeah, this one is locked. I remember. Bye-bye. Oh, otro partida or otra partida? When you have like partida, it's like la partida, right? Otra partida. See, okay, okay. I do remember that, like, you know, when you have basically words where the kind of like gender of it, so to speak, it has to like match, right? Yeah, like the gender thing in Spanish, it was not extremely confusing, but it was also a little bit tricky sometimes with certain very like specific words, I would say. Yeah. Okay, I explored this area, we're done with that. Let's keep going this way. Alright. Rude. I hate dogs so much. Okay. Calor? La calor. Really interesting. Okay. La calor. It kind of feels, to me, it feels natural to say like el calor. Like, como el calor es azul. Or el calor es rojo. But la calor es rojo. La calor es azul. Ah, yo no sé. Okay, not bad. Oh, you also say el calor? Yeah. La calor, and it just feels wrong. Oh, with another synonym. Yeah.
Destination Hotel Quad. Optimal location for observing the destination.
Thank you, Gemini. Appreciate that. Words of wisdom. Wow, we're already at 25,000. That is quite impressive. This annoying guy. Come over here. Sí. Gemini es muy interesante. Porque in you know, the books, right? He's like depicted as a cricket. Pero in this game, con Gemini es un luz, right? Light. Como se dice? I don't remember how to say that. But yeah, he's like a lamp. Very, very interesting. Very weird. Maybe. Because, you know, if, so I think this might be a little bit of spoilers, but there's like an area of the game, that you eventually will get to, which I think is called, oh, what is it called? I think it's called like the Relic of Trismegistus? Trismegistus? That area, Gemini says that it feels familiar to him. So, Gemini could have been un puppet. He could have been one, like in his past life. Sí, es muy interesante. Alright. Is there a way for me to aggro that dog without aggroing the police officer? Lose his light? Okay. Okay. Making good progress, chat. Yep, that's also true. Very true. Take care of Carlo. Mm-hmm. Nice. So far, we're doing good, chat. Making some decent progress here. Okay, gates open.
A powerful parade puppet is blocking the entrance, and that's the only way in. So please, be careful.
Alright, we can do this, chat. We got this. Already want the DLC to be released? Yo también, yo también. DLC... Oh man, it looks so good, so good. Yeah, really, really exciting. I can't wait for it, honestly. Which is why I want to, you know, finish New Game Plus 2. That way I can start New Game Plus 3 immediately when the DLC releases. That'll be amazing. What's up, buddy?
Hello there. Welcome to Krat, visitor. I didn't think there were any stalkers left to fight the puppets. You didn't hear? Figures. The whole organization fell apart. All that's left are wannabes and amateurs who think they can fight on their own. You ought to buy something while you're at the festival. You can't rely on yourself alone. Out
Good
here
point.
alone? You could use some help. Here's a festival gift for you. Now get yourself something useful.
Okay. We definitely want this. Definitely want this. We already have this one, so we don't need it. I don't really need any of these, chat. I'm gonna skip them. Fable Catalyst, I have a whole crap ton. Okay. Alright. Fulminous it is, chat. Yeah. Yeah, it's very, very, intimidating, right? Very scary. Yeah. All right. We got this, chat. We can do this, I believe. Okay. First boss, here we go. Okay, good. Not good. Ooh, okay, okay. Okay. Ooh, ooh. Okay. Ooh, okay. 3. Okay. Adiós, amigo. Bye bye. Yay, okay. Bueno. Es muy interesante. I think, like, ¿cómo se dice? How do you say before? Nah, yo no sé. Before, whenever I fought him, I never really paid too much attention to his combos, right? I think, like, a lot of the time I would kind of stay away from him. I would run away. And so I never really paid attention to how quick some of his combos were. Some of his attacks, muy rápido, cuando there's like 4 hits, 3 hits, or whatever. When he spins around, it's a little bit fast. But overall, it's not horrible fight. You know, if you come in well prepared, you know.
One more thing I should mention. The hotel security excludes puppets like you. So you'll have to lie to get inside. You're a special puppet after all.
Okay. Before is antes. Oh, that's right. Okay, so antes is before, and then después is after. I remember now. I remember now. Oh shit, Boku's playing Hollow Knight. What's it going? Man, Hollow Knight is such a good game. Is it your first time playing Boku, or is it like, you know, is it something where you're revisiting the game and you're just like, maybe you're a god gamer, you've already completed the entirety of Hollow Knight? Because yeah, Hollow Knight, man, it's a beautiful game. It's so good. I hope you're enjoying it. I hope you're having a lot of time. First time playing. Hell yeah, hell yeah. What do you think of it so far? Do you like the vibe of it? Is it kind of not really your cup of tea, or yeah, I'm curious to know. Really good? Hell yeah. That's what I like to hear. Absolutely. Yeah, Boku, you'll have to keep me updated. Like, let me know if you beat any like major bosses or whatever. You can let me know, oh yeah, I beat this boss, I liked it or I didn't like it. I went to this area, I liked it, didn't like it, you know, that sort of thing. Because yeah, Hollow Knight, it's a game that every single time I think about it, I'm speechless because, you know, I think about how massive the world of Hollow Knight is. It feels like when you play it, you think to yourself, ah, well, I'm just this tiny little creature exploring the world. Feels kind of like, you know, contained, kind of like a little bubble of a world. But then when you really go around and explore, it's massive. And you're like, oh my god, how did, you know, a team of game developers come up with all of this? You know, how did they create this idea? And how did they, you know, just put the world together, build it into such an amazingly expansive, you know, exploration journey, right? It's just, yeah, it's such a good game. I think the graphics of it, I think the music of it, I think the gameplay of it is top tier. It's really, really good. Now, the thing about Hollow Knight that I always come back to is that, like, you know, with Hollow Knight, it is a game where I played it, right? So I played Hollow Knight, I beat the game, and I think I actually ended up getting maybe a couple of the different endings. But after I played the game, I was like, you know, if I basically realized that if I move away from Hollow Knight, if I go and I play other games, I will basically, like, never be able to return to Hollow Knight. Because Hollow Knight is a game that I think requires a level of skill and a level of, like, focus on the game that, like, you need to... I feel like it's something where you have to constantly practice, you know, you have to constantly play the game, you have to constantly be immersed in the world, and then you'll get better at it. You'll learn to, you know, just get really, really, really good at playing the game and understanding all the mechanics fully. But if you step away from the game, if you go and play something else, if you know, leave it behind, you will lose all that memory, all that muscle memory, all that skill, and it'll be kind of tough to regain it, you know? And yeah, like, I've wondered, like, what would happen if I were to go back and replay Hollow Knight. I don't think I can do it. I don't think so. Like, I mean, technically it is possible, but do I have the skills needed? I honestly don't know. I probably don't. I am probably a washed player, is what I am, but yeah. Your friend was playing, and he showed you the map, and it's so damn big. Dude, the map is insane. And you think about, like, you know, the game developers that worked on the map, I think it's, like, a group of maybe less than 10 people or 20 people or something like that worked on this game, you know, from building it from nothing, from scratch, all the way to what it is. And I'm just like, how did you make this game so freaking big? Magnificent. Magnificent, yeah. Right now, he's trying to kill Grim, but he keeps dying. He's crashing out. Oh boy. Let me tell you something. I remember Grim. I remember Grim, I remember his boss fight. That boss is one nasty son of a bitch. He is difficult. And I don't blame your friend. Not a single bit. I think that your friend has every right to crash out. 100%. Grim is... Boy, oh boy. He will demolish you if you are not careful. If you're not skilled. His boss fight is very, very, very difficult. Without a doubt. I think, whenever I played Hollow Knight, I fought Grim, I think, and I defeated him one time. And then, you know, for those of you who don't know, I will tell you guys a small, tiny little bit of a spoiler. It's not really like anything huge, but basically there is a second version of the Grim boss fight, and it is different than the first version, and it's pretty obvious to say that it is more difficult. The alternate version of the Grim boss fight, I don't think I ever played it. I don't think I ever beat it, what I ended up doing is I ended up progressing the story, and I kind of banished Grimm and his Goonies away from the world of Hollow Knight, and so him and his crew, they disappeared. But yeah, I've seen like videos, I've seen other people play against the alternate version of Grimm, and my god, that it feels like a torture. It feels like something that I do not want to. I don't want to experience that suffering and pain. So I was like, no, thank you.
Welcome to the Sanctuary of the Grand Covenant. Prove your identity. Who are you? Grand Covenant's fourth law. A puppet cannot lie. Welcome to Hotel Krot.
Easy money. Easy money. Some patience as well, yeah. Yeah, Hollow Knight does require patience. A lot of it, for sure. Absolute cinema, chat. Absolute cinema. God, this game is fantastic. I wonder if we ever get to meet this guy. The leader of the alchemists. Muy, muy, muy bonito.
I'm so happy to see you. I am Sophia. I've been waiting for you. Searched all over the city of Krot to find you. You must have questions. Geppetto will have answers, but we have to find him first. He was last seen on Elysian Boulevard. All of Krot is dangerous for humans, and that neighborhood is one of the scariest. Please find Geppetto on Elysian Boulevard. I'll explain more once you find him.
Sophia's beautiful. I adore her. ¿Cómo se dice en español? Sofía es muy bonita. ¿Sí? Bonita? Or is it bonito? That's the tough thing. Bonita. Bonita. Okay, okay. Yeah, that's right. La bonita for Sofía. Pero si hablo sobre Pinocchio el bonito, right? Okay, okay. Yeah, that's the thing about Spanish that I never 100% mastered, is the gender thing. Es bonito. Okay, okay. All right. Ooh, I have my golden fruit that I need to get, chat. Let me do that. I'm gonna do that real quick. Go this way. Can I go ahead and buy stuff here? Okay. All right. I think I want this one, right? Yeah. So I'm gonna buy Maybe like that. That should be good. Nice. Very, very nice. Yeah, so, you know, I remember, chat, whenever Modified Bear, aka, you know, Osito, right? Gepetto es un pendejo, sí. Pinche cabrón, Gepetto. Ay, 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 ay. Ay, 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 ay. Gepetto, Gepetto. Yeah, yeah. Yo también, yeah, I agree. So, you know, whenever Osito, whenever Modified Bear was fighting Romeo, the one thing that they, you know, kind of talked about was they talked about the wish stones, right? Because I gave them advice talking about which one to get. So, you know, obviously there's multiple different wish stones here. And there's two different wish stones. There's this one right here, the Friendship Wish Stone, and then there's this one right here, the Indomitable Wish Stone. What I found out, I found this out the hard way. The Friendship Wish Stone is better. Más mejor que este Wish Stone. It's much better. And the reason why is because este Wish Stone, about 50% of the HP of the Spectre, La Salud, about 50% is restored. Pero este Wish Stone, it revives the Spectre. However, cuando revive, the Spectre, the HP, la salud del Spectre, es muy poquito. So this one right here is más mejor que este Wish Stone. Yeah, I found this out the hard way. I remember, like, you know, on my base game playthrough, I think, I bought quite a few of these ones. I think I had maybe 6 or 9 or 12 of them or something in my inventory, and I bought a lot of them. And then I realized that this one is actually more beneficial. Yeah, it gives them more health compared to this one right here, and this one is just simply not worth buying. It's for the price that it costs, it's too expensive. So yeah. A friend called him Je pendejo. Je pendejo. I like that. I like that. Me gusta. Yeah. Je pendejo. Okay, okay. Yeah, yeah. El padre es Je pendejo. Me gusta, me gusta. Yeah. Okay. Alright, so, what do I need to do here? Do I need to talk to anyone? I don't think I do. Let me see. Teleport, level up. Okay, Lady Antonia and Eugene, I'll talk to them. And then for Polendina, I will chat with him and see if I can buy anything from him.
Welcome to Hotel Krat. My name is Polendina, butler to Lady Antonia. Please let me know how I may be of service. At Hotel Krat, comfort and calm walk hand in hand. Welcome to Hotel Krat. How may I be of service?
Alright, let's see here. Ooh, I can immediately buy quartz. Ooh, this is really, really good. Okay. Alright. And then... yeah, let's go talk to Lady Antonia, and then we'll talk to Eugene as well.
Unexpected guests are welcome. We don't insist on reservations. I am Antonia, and this is my hotel. Welcome. Oh, I knew from the moment we met that you're Geppetto's puppet. He might have a few loose screws, but Geppetto's skills are undiminished. It's a shame. He took off for Elysian Boulevard, and he never came back. If it doesn't turn up soon, we'll have to make a new coffin. Oh, I forgot. I was keeping this for him. It comes with a long story. But I think it's better off with you. Please find that old man. And do take care of yourself out there.
Gracias, abuela. Gracias. Okay. Alright. Antonio in the original book is Geppetto's best friend, but he is a man. Interesante. Okay, okay. Pero me gusta la abuela Antonia. Okay.
I heard about you from Geppetto, but to see you in person, wow. You should take this. Geppetto left it with me. The sound of it alone. That craftsmanship comes only from the hands of Geppetto. You must be something else. A custom arm from Geppetto himself is quite an accessory. Oh, I forgot to introduce myself. I am Eugenie from the Workshop Union. I know my way around weapons of all kinds. I'm sure Master Geppetto would agree. If any of your weapons need work, bring them to me.
Sounds good.
I know my way around.
Okay, I don't think I need to upgrade anything now, but maybe later. Hola, Spring. El gatito. He does not like me right now. Ay, gatito. Lo siento, Spring. Okay, okay. Hasta luego. When I get more humanity, I'll come back. Poor kitty. Alright, here's what we're gonna do, chat. Setazani was the nickname they gave him because of his nose, which was red like a cherry. Como Rudolph. Yeah, yeah. Okay, interesting. Interesting. Setazani. Very, very interesting. That is a fun little nickname. Sometimes called Lady Antonia Mama Coco. So, Osito, if you did not know this, ¿Cómo se dice? Oh, I forgot the word for it. Yo no sé. What is the word for it? I swear we learned this in Spanish, but I don't remember the word. La palabra por movie. ¿Cómo se dice en español? Es muy fácil. Creo que sí. Pero... no sé. Movie? Ah, estoy estúpido. Yo no sé. Oh, that's right. Okay. La película. Sí. Okay, okay. I'm starting to remember. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. La película. Okay, okay. Yeah. Okay. La película. I need to remember that. It's such an easy word. Es un muy fácil palabra. Pero yo no sé. Yeah, I can't remember everything. It's been so long. Mucho tiempo since I've learned Spanish. But sí, la palabra or no hablo. La película Coco es muy increíble. Muy increíble. Mucho me gusta mucho la película Coco. Makes you cry a lot. Sí. Es una película muy triste. Pero también oh man. También es muy bien, muy emocional, pero happy as well. Felicidad, yeah. Muy bonita. Sí. Reflect and remember. Correct. 100%. Es verdad. Yeah. Okay. Let me see here. Okay. So, we talked with Eugene. Oh, I do need to swap my Legion arm. That's what I need to do. So, let's see. Legion arm, we have the puppet string. I'm going to get... What do I need? The next boss is Scrapped Watchman, right? And he is electricity. Maybe I just take Aegis for the time being. Yeah, I'll just swap to this. For now. Oh, El Burro. Yeah. That's true. Pero the shield, I guess, as bueno as well. I think it's a good Legion arm for him. Very, very defensive, you know? Okay. Let's see here. So, I think we want to go this way, right? I think this is the right pathway. And then I head out this way. Mini boss? Sí, sí. Pero el burro loco es un poco fuerte, ¿sí? Un poco difícil. If you're not careful. Si no está cuidado. Yeah, I think that's right. Okay. Open up. Give me this pack. New? Okay, okay, I like that. I think one new card. Alright. I'll settle for one new card, that's fine. Getting closer and closer. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and log out. Alright. Let's keep going. Took you 3 hours? 3 horas? Yeah.
Hey, let's be more careful. The Black Rabbit Brotherhood. I hate these guys. But don't be alarmed. My name is Gemini. We'll talk later, when we're safe.
Nice to meet you, Gemini. Alright, here we go, chat. The first area of the game. Nicely done. Bye-bye. Oh, Osito, I have una pregunta. Una pregunta por ti. ¿Cómo se dice en español? ¿Qué es tu opinion? ¿Cómo? I don't know how to say that in Spanish. Pero, what do you think? How would you say that? ¿Qué es piensas? Piensas is like you think, right? ¿Qué es piensa? No. What is... Yeah, I don't know. ¿Qué es... No, I don't know how to formulate that into a question. Piensas sobre... We did not die yet. Wow, that's surprising. Pienso sobre el juego. Oh, interesting. Okay. So, ¿qué piensas sobre... ¿Qué piensas sobre la canción Despacito? Es muy popular. Creo que sí. Or it was popular?
Elysian Boulevard was a regular rich people row. You wanted fancy boutiques and shops. No place better. But that was long ago. Before the puppet frenzy.
Yeah, I think I did say La Canción, but I might have said El Canción on accident. I think it is La Canción. Is it? Canción. Canciones? I think it is La. But I forgot. Me gusta, pero no suelo escucharla. Oh, this guy is a gun guy. Yeah, I don't like this guy. Okay, bye-bye. Okay. Bye-bye. La Canción. Okay, okay. Alright. Oh, this is a +2. Ooh, okay, okay. +2. I like that. Oh, but this is the 150. Oh, I see. Any genre except corridos. Corridos. ¿Qué es esto? I need to look that up. Estoy usar Google. Um, uh, corridos, genre. Oh, folk music. Folk music de Mexico. Narrative storytelling through song. Narco corridos, corridos tumbados, and more traditional corridos. Deal with topics like wars, armed conflicts, immigration, folk heroes, personalities, and tragedies. Ooh, interesting. Oh, that okay. Como narco corridos es about drugs. Mm. Corridos tumbados. Trap and urban music. Interesting. Norteño tejano banda. Incorporate corridos and other musical elements. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Okay. Ahora yo conozco. Hmm. Very horrible topics. Genre that you don't like never have existed. Los corridos es mala música. Hmm. Interesting, interesting. Yeah. I remember um cuando long ago, mucho tiempo, when I was younger, um I would listen to uh like las canciones, Spanish hip hop and like, pop music como Enrique Iglesias, um y todos los musicians, right? Um, pero yeah, folk music y corridos, I don't think I ever listened to that. Mm, mm. Conoces. Mm. Enrique es bueno, creo que sí. Pero uh, sometimes he is. I feel like his music, his songs, sometimes are a little bit more como americano, more than Spanish, more than Mexicano or other like Latino cultures. I feel like it kind of it's been very influenced by American music. Yeah, yeah. That's bueno though. I actually don't, other than like Despacito and other popular songs, I don't remember what was like my favorite of his. But yeah, I'm trying to remember what were some other songs that I used to listen to. Is there any song you like in Spanish? Hmm. Es una buena pregunta. Hmm. Let me see. Estoy usando YouTube. Necesito mirar. Um, Let me see. Ooh. I remember. Sí, sí. Enrique Iglesias, Bailando. Bailando es una canción buena. Sí, una canción buena. Yeah. Um, what else was there? Popular Spanish songs. Hmm. Oh, oh man. 14 years ago. That's crazy. 14 años. Danza Kuduro. Don Omar featuring Lucenzo. Danza Kuduro was, I think, muy popular. Hmm. La cucaracha. I just saw this song on the list. La cucaracha es muy bueno. Pero as that one is old. Oh man. Bad Bunny. Sí, yo conozco, pero no escucho. Creo que sí. Sí, no escucho? I think we should probably get back to the game. I think I've spent way too long listening to random Spanish music that I probably should not have spent so much time on. So let me go ahead and dive back into the game, as I should be doing. Because I'm not in the just chatting category, I'm in the Lies of P category. So gotta be careful about that. Alright, so chat, let's keep going here. Time to rescue Je Pendejo. Oh boy. I've never been a fan of this rooftop area. Never been a fan. Oh, there's an item down here. What the heck? Okay. Cool. Do I have to go all the way back around? I probably do, don't I? Frickety frack. Okay. If I must, chat, I'll run all the way back around. Since I fell down. Really annoying? Yeah. Should have finished your edit and you stayed chatting? That does happen, doesn't it? Lo siento, osito. You can go and finish your edit now. I apologize. You can come back whenever there's an interesting boss fight. Otherwise, there's not really going to be anything too interesting. I was healing, you rude puppet. How dare you? I was in the middle of healing, and you interrupted me. Alright, up we go. Bye-bye. Okay. Good. Nah, bozo. I don't like that bozo. He's a bad guy. Está bien. Muy interesante. You like these kind of talks? Yeah. They're good. They're good to have every once in a while, you know, kind of just discuss culture and whatnot, right? Today you were talking with some of your friends about food from your countries. Spanish food is delicioso. I love Spanish food a lot. I think like there is never a time whenever I am like hungry, I will never say no to Spanish food. Delicioso, as muy bien. Um, mm, are you asking about la comida mexicana, or are you talking about like any food, any comida? Because if you're talking about la comida mexicana, there is something that I like, but I don't know if it's mexicana. I think it might be um, American. I think it might be from the U.S. Um, if I had to say, like, my favorite comida mexicana, um, I don't know how you call it in Mexico or in other countries, but like, um, es un like a burrito, right? Un burrito, tortilla y carne, and on top of it, es ¿cómo se dice? You put like cheese, la salsa, on top of el burrito. Um, let me see if I can find an example of this. Let me see. I'm gonna see if I can find a picture of it because the picture will clearly show it. Um, let's see. Hmm. What's a good photo here? Okay, let me do this, and then let me see. So browser. Let's go to Chrome. It's like this, como este. Este es bueno. Este es bueno, como este. Delicioso. Oh, me gusta mucho. Oh yeah, this food, bueno, absolutely. Delicioso. Oh, yo quiero. I'm hungry now. Mm. Yeah. I don't know how this is referred to in Mexico or in other countries, but es muy delicioso. I really like this one. Um, yeah. Enchiladas es también muy delicioso. Yeah, me gustan enchiladas. Yeah, yeah. Oh, that looks good. That looks so good. Yo quiero. La salsa. Mucho salsa. Or mucha salsa. Yeah. Oh, I need a I need to close that. No, I can't look at that anymore. If I keep looking at that, I will go hungry and I will be sad. Yeah. I can't look at that anymore. Okay. All right, continue. Bye bye. Okay. I'll grab that item over there, even though I don't think that it's that valuable. I will still grab it. Oh, it's an abrasive. Okay, that's not bad. That's actually not bad. And then this item over here. Ow, how rude. Okay. Yep, hello, coughing old man. I don't like that guy. Okay. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Adios. See you later. I don't want to deal with you. Okay. Okay, good, good, good. Ow. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. You hated that part a lot? Yeah, yeah. That part is very frustrating, very scary. Yeah. Okay, let's see here. I'll go ahead and heal up. Since we're close to a Stargazer. Ow, he has a headbutt. I didn't realize that. Bye-bye. What an annoying guy. Don't need that. That's not useful. I can go ahead and sell that, though. Okay. We'll rest here. Then we have Mr. Merchant.
Why, hello! I didn't know anyone was alive out here. I know what you're thinking, but I'm not a burglar. I'm just crashing in an abandoned house for a while. Don't worry, I won't cause any trouble. We survivors need to look out for each other. For your information, I didn't steal this.
Sure. This is good. Useless. This is good. Good. And I'll buy this one as well. Don't need that one. Alright. Muy bien, muy bien. I hate that guy. That guy's really annoying. Really annoying. I think, I guess I focus on him first. Yeah. Yeah. Even though usually I would go for the guy with a gun first. I really don't like him. Oh my god. There we go. I hate these enemies a lot. Such bad enemies in terms of, you know, how they stun lock you. Bye-bye. Okay. Oh, I remember this part. Yeah, I remember this part. Let's do it. Why not? What? How annoying. What? I got stuck against the wall. That's so fucking trash. Absolute trash. Get out of my sight. Yeah, this area is like really really dangerous. I don't like it at all. Even though it is like, you know, the beginning area of the game, and hypothetically it should be simple and easy to go through. Yeah, I'm still not a big fan of it. You were stuck there at first, so you just had to dodge them completely?
I wish we could play together. Like we used to. Who is it? Is that you, Murphy? Oh, I guess not. Sorry, I thought you were my friend, Murphy. Murphy is a super cool police officer. As a puppet, even the petrification disease can't get him. I wish I was like him. You should leave so you don't catch the disease from me. If only we could play together like we used to. Murphy, I miss you. If only Murphy.
Cool. Today they broadcast the symphonic concert and gave away another 3 keys, but you were no longer hopeful. Yeah, so Osito, I'm a part of the Discord server for Lies of P, and I saw that on Discord they had like this special community event where they showcased some content from the DLC, and I think they gave away a couple of DLC codes or keys. And when I saw that, I was like, oh, that's really cool. I wish that I could have participated. But at the same time, usually whenever there's a contest, I typically never win. So, you know, I don't think that I would have gotten a free key. But that would have been really cool. That would have been really nice, you know? Okay, alright, alright. Oh, this is the shortcut. Okay, okay. I remember now.
Wait, I can sense something strange. Jeepers! Is that a butterfly? Why is the ergo reacting like that? If you want to check it out, I can take point.
Okay. Didn't really need that butterfly, but I will accept it nonetheless.
My poor baby. Oh. This must be your first time in the petrification disease quarantine zone. For most people, this is their last stop. You are a good Samaritan for coming all the way here. I'm one. May I ask you a favor? My family took my baby from me and sent me here. They said it was for my own good, but it was heartless just the same. A baby must be with its mother. Please go to Krat City Hall and bring me my baby.
Sure.
Thank you so much, kind one. I can finally see my sweet Elena's face again. Please hurry. Hard scales spreading across my eyes. Before I lose my sight. Please.
She said the baby was at City Hall. Should we check it out? Oh, I hope everybody's safe.
Yeah, I highly doubt that. Wow. Unfortunate. Unfortunate. Yeah, I think for this guy I was probably really impatient. Which is why, you know, I did not end up blocking a lot of his attacks properly. But it is what it is. Bye-bye. Okay. Okay. Ooh, triple. Okay. There we go. There we go. First time you ran up the stairs because you were so scared. He is a very, very, very daunting enemy. Yeah, yeah, he's not someone that you want to mess around with. 100%. Okay. Now, two of those sword guys is definitely a problem. I do not like dealing with two of them. There we go. Okay. Yeah, just gotta hit them really, really hard, really fast is what you gotta do. Alright. Ooh, there's an item right there. Okay. Oh, I should unlock this gate. Don't forget the shortcut. Okay. Grab that. And then I think we have the elevator in here. Perfect. We can take this elevator up and gain access to the Stargazer with the merchant. There we go. 47,000 ergo is definitely a good substantial amount. I'm very happy about that. What's up, dude? Okay. So I don't want to reset. I don't want to sit at the Stargazer and have the enemies reload, so we're going to go back down. And then let's go This way. I remember this is the, yep, this is the area with the mad donkey. Oh boy. All puppets will be destroyed.
Come out, Geppetto! You've got a lot to answer for! You know what caused the puppet frenzy, don't you? You're their maker, practically their father! You and the alchemist scheming together. Tell me the truth! What's your problem? I'm here for the old man, get lost. Wait, I know you. Or more like, I know what you are. You're the devil's puppet. You can't sneak past me. Die!
Okay. Dude, his swings are fast.
Are you a dream or a nightmare? Stop showing up already.
Wow, this guy is fucking relentless. Okay. Such a heavy swing. And a fast one to follow up.
Cursed puppet! Back again!
Wow, that reaches. Wow, okay, okay.
Are you a dream or a nightmare? Stop showing up already.
How did he dodge roll that? What the hell? Bad puppet. Or bad human.
I'll kill you both, then string you up on the bridge.
Nope, I thought I dodge rolled that.
I demanded the truth. Now I feel bad for my comrade.
The sad thing is that, you know, this guy, El Burro Loco, the Mad Donkey, he was not a bad guy. He did nothing wrong. Because here we have Je Pendejo. Mr. Father, El Padre, you know? The bad guy. The villain.
Finally, we meet. Son, it's a dream come true. Seeing you like this, I understand why some people despise me. I invented the puppets, after all. I should take responsibility as their maker. But in order for me to do that, I need to take care of the puppets at City Hall. Won't you help me, son? Take this. You'll find it most useful.
Okay. Alright, alright. Well, I don't really care about talking to you anymore, so I'm gonna go. I know all your secrets, old man. Caer. I actually don't know if I recognize that verb. But yeah. Okay, time to rest up.
So about that weapon assembly tool you were talking about. If you find any more weapons, let's try using them here.
Okay. We're gonna go and grab our, fruit. You know, the golden fruit or whatever. And then, I think... Are we able to visit Geppetto upstairs? Or is the door not open? Let me actually check and see. Because if the door is open, then we have something very, very good that we can do here. If it's not open, then we have to wait a little bit, chat. Okay. Seems like it's closed right now. Okay, okay. We'll leave it as is. We will continue onwards, chat. I think we have to beat the scrapped watchman. First he says, I'm afraid something bad might happen to you, but then he says, okay, you have to fight the devil himself. El puto Geppetto. Yep. No me gusta. Okay, so we go here, and then we go here, drop down. Took a little bit of damage there. That's really annoying. Go away. Ooh, the dog. Yeah, I don't like that dog. Bye-bye, doggo. Bye-bye. Okay. Bye-bye. Ugh, terrible. I thought I blocked that. Ooh, I thought I blocked that. Bye-bye.
Oh no. No survivors here. What do we do? Just give her that baby puppet?
I suppose so. Not really much else we can do, huh? Okay. Treasure chest. Probably a weapon or an amulet, I think. Yeah, amulet. Okay. Nothing over here. I think I'm not well equipped for this fight. Yeah. Yeah, let's go back to the Stargazer. Because I think... So, Scrapped Watchman, right? The police officer, Murphy. He deals electrical damage, so I think that using electricity against him is not really ideal. Let me see here. Let's do... I think Aegis is fine. And then Grindstone, we're gonna go for Acid instead. I think... Yeah, I think Acid will be best here. Cool. Awesome. And then... get rid of that. Okay. Yeah, I need that second guy to leave. Okay. Alright. Let's see here. I'm gonna do that. And... Cool. Let me see. Okay. Slash attacks. I think he does strike attacks, if I'm not mistaken. Alright, let's try this, chat. Honestly, even if this, you know, puppet, when he was first designed, even if he was a good puppet, I feel like he just looks so evil that it's really hard to see him as, like, you know, a friendly puppet. Okay. Okay. Ow. That hurt. Oh, not good. Ooh, not good. Nope. Nope. Come on. Let's go. Woo! Good fight, good fight. Bueno, bueno. It took me a while to, you know, get used to his attacks and sort of like understand what his patterns were. And I did get hit by some attacks that I should not have gotten hit by at all. Like those were some really dumb hits. But even still, you know, I'm quite happy with that performance. I think we did really, really well. Adios, Murphy. True, true. Es verdad. We need to visit El Niño, the little boy who, you know, is friends with Murphy. Okay. I think this goes to the next Stargazer, hopefully. Pausing and champing.
Whew, I think we're done here, pal. Back to the hotel.
Oh, do I not get the key until I talk to, like, Geppetto or you know, someone else? Probably Geppetto. I think he's the one that gives it to me. Hotel Crot it is. And I believe now Geppetto's office is open. And since it is, we have a really, really awesome, amazing upgrade that we can get that I'm super excited about. Okay. So I need to talk to
Cool part you got there. Come here for a sec, would you?
Eugenie.
I picked up traces of high-powered energy originating far away. That's one mystery solved. Why don't we make a Legion arm with it? Mr. Vanini is the expert when it comes to Legion arms, but I'm pretty sure I can make one. The puppets get fried easily by electricity. If you use an electric Legion arm, it'll make your life easier.
Okay, we'll leave that one as is for now. And then let me actually check here. Yeah, I still only have one. Okay. Up we go, Chad. Up we go. What's up, old man?
Ah, you've returned. Forgive a sentimental father for worrying about his son. Always remember that you're precious to me, even when I ask you to do something dangerous. Speaking of which, there's a factory just beyond Elysian Boulevard. It's packed with countless puppets. My friend, the inventor Vanini, went to stop them, but he never came back. Please, go save him and shut down the factory. P organs are the source of your powers. Collect quartz to get the strength you need. Remember, the hotel is the last safe place in Krat. It's our only refuge in a city full of perils. It'll be extremely dangerous if anyone has ill intentions. Be careful who you tell about this place, especially if they're stalkers or alchemists. Be wary of dangerous people. And always be a good boy to me.
There we go. So, this right here is an extremely, extremely valuable upgrade here that I'm excited to get. Let me see. So we're gonna upgrade this one. What do we want to get here? Weapon attack when discharged, staggered duration, weapon attack when durability is at max, HP is at max. Ooh, wait. This is good, this is good. Enhances charged attack. That's pretty good. Weapon durability consumption, I like that. I like that a lot. Okay, survival. Stamina consumption of dodge when discharged. Complete recovery of guard regain upon guarding a fury attack. Ooh. Ooh. %, we're getting that. Okay, what's this? Partially charges Fable during Legion arm attacks. Ooh. Does not consume stamina when a perfect guard is successful. Yeah, we're grabbing that. 100%. Alright, what's this last one? Increases the effect duration of special... Oh boy, this is good. Okay, yep. There we go. Beautiful. Alright, so we need one more quartz, and then we can get a second one of these upgrades. Probably this one. Probably lightweight, but amulet slots is also really good as well. Yeah. Yeah, okay. I like that a lot, chat.
You can get from City Hall to the factory with the key I just gave you. Vanini gave me that key, and now he's missing. Rescue him if you can.
Nice. Okay. So, here's what we can do, chat. Do I want to take this one off? That's a big question. For now, we can leave it as is, but I think if we get into an area where there's like a lot of status effects going on, then maybe we can, you know, swap the amulets at that point, is what we can do. Alright, let's go to Elysion Boulevard. And I believe this is our very first dialogue with like an outside NPC, where we have the chance to either tell the truth or lie. And so I'm going to choose the lie because I want to gather as many humanity points as I possibly can in order to get the golden lie weapon. So let me see here. Okay, yeah, so we have to answer her and tell her that her baby is a cute baby. Okay. Go through here.
You found her, kind one. I could sense her from miles away. Oh, my sweet Elena. Please let me hold her. There, my baby. I missed you so much. What do you think? Isn't my baby adorable? That's right, kind one. You've granted me my only wish. My sweet Elena. We're going to be happy now. Thank you so much, kind one. Please accept my heartfelt gratitude.
Nice. Very, very nice. Alright. So, let's go back to the Stargazer, and then we'll move forward. Okay, okay. Oh wow, 86,000 ergo. That's a substantial amount. Let me see here. Only 3 levels. That is quite impressive. Okay. Let me gather a little bit more ergo, and then I can level up 4 times, and we'll be good to go. So we need to go this way. I'm sure by the time we get to the next Stargazer, or maybe the next Stargazer after that.
Here it is. The Nini works. Everything you see here belongs to the Nini. The classiest playboy and most brilliant inventor in Krot. Just ask him. Not just puppets. Almost every machine and tram in Krot is supplied from here. You gotta be curious about the guy. What kind of person is he? I wish we could find him. That is, if he's still kicking.
Oh, he's still very much alive. Don't you worry. Okay. Nicely done. Bye-bye. Wait. Oh, there's a guy over there. Oh, I didn't even see that guy. What the heck? Okay. Now, ideally, I should try to lure the big guy. Like that. Hopefully without triggering any of the small guys. Where did he go? There he is. Wow, okay. Okay, I didn't know how fast that swing was. Okay. Wow, he's like somehow slightly faster than I am, which is really annoying. Okay. There we go. Finally got him. Yeah, that was a lot of yeah, a lot of just mistakes on my part. I think this guy will chase me all the way over here, which if he does, then that'll be great, so that I can isolate him from the rest of the enemies. Let's see here. Okay. Very nice. And then we go over here, we have Mr. Arlecchino.
Another fine day in the city of Krat, but I wonder, my friend, just where you've been? Oh, congratulations! You've been selected from this cast of a little for an exclusive, obtrusive, intrusive transmittal from me, Arlecchino, the king of all riddles. Now, you know what I'm called and why I called you, and I want to know your name, but not till we're through. For as soon as I learn there's one riddle burned, and I do love a mystery, don't you? Now, only the living solve riddles, as everyone knows. That's a must. When your city is so full of puppets, it seems are about fit to bust. It's time for the riddle. No more waiting. We thank you for participating. By morning, it walks on feet numbering 4. At midday, just 2. No less and no more. It walks on 3 feet when the evening arrives. And if you solve this, then I'll know you're alive. Correct. Fantastic insight, caller. But not everything has to rhyme, you know. I'm not a caricature. I'm the king of riddles. That said, how do we know you didn't just get lucky? Even a stopped clock is right twice a day, and even a puppet can be accidentally correct just by random chance. Still, a promise is a promise. Arlecchino, tell him what he'll get. Thanks, Arlecchino. Caller, your correct answer has earned you a Trinity key. Doors and keys and doors, the subjects of puzzles and riddles galore. My next riddle won't be so simple to crack. Arlecchino's the king. Not some riddling cheap jack.
Nice. Absolutely fantastic. Okay. Let's keep going, chat. This guy has some good aim. Wow, this guy is fast. Holy, he came out swinging. Wow, that's impressive. Okay, let's keep going, chat. I know we're close to the next Stargazer. You also build puppets of mass destruction. That's another thing. Alright, so we'll do that. Use the Stargazer. Let me go ahead and level up. Very nice. And let's see. What I'll do first is I'll go here and drop down. Bye-bye. Okay, fire weapon, thank you. Won't be really useful against Fuoko, but, I mean, it'll be useful for other enemies, other bosses in the future anyways. Okay. I was kind of hoping that I would not, you know, aggro all of them, but unfortunately it seems like we did manage to. Now, I gotta lead this guy away. Bye-bye. Rude. Okay. Yep, I remember this part. This part is definitely doable if you have the, what's it called? If you have the amulet, right, that makes you immune, then it's really, really useful. But there's not really a pathway other than, like, killing that giant puppet and getting the treasure chest, you know? Ooh, I thought I blocked that. I thought I did. Okay. Okay, bye-bye. Was nice knowing you. Okay, so we go here, and then...
Ugh, this place gives me the creeps. It's like something's gonna jump out any second. It's okay, pal. Gemini's looking out for you.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. This place, like, this entire area is such a death trap. I don't like it. Okay. Very, very nice. I do want to get that chest, even if it's not really something that, you know, super valuable. Can I get the attention of this guy, or is he just gonna, like, walk away? Yeah. Yeah, I assumed as much. Okay. Okay. Nicely done. Bye-bye. Anything useful here? Belford shot cartridge. That's like an early game item. I think the main one that we want is the Lotta shock cartridge. Safety hazard. Okay. This guy. Let me see here. Yeah, this guy definitely is a very annoying enemy. Yep, I remember you. Hello there, buddy. Okay. Okay, nicely done. Okay. Nice. There we go. Get wrecked, bozo. Ooh, a Legion Caliber? Let's fucking go. That is such a beautiful item that I love to see. Motivity crank? Okay, okay. Don't really need motivity. What I need more is advance and also technique, but I'll take it. Alright, Stargazer, baby. Okay, let's rest up. And how many fruit do I have right now? 5 out of 8. Okay, okay, I can still keep going. All right. Let me see if I can go this way. And then this door is locked. Okay, okay, I remember. I remember well. Gonna unlock this ladder. Okay. Then we go this way. I gotta unlock that shortcut going the long way around. I will say, even though, you know, the Vanini factory is a very, like, lengthy area to explore, I also do think that it is, it's, you know, it is lengthy, sure, without a doubt, but it's also, at the same time, you know, very, very simple overall, in my opinion. Okay, this guy, I don't like him. Yeah, see? He does that, which is really annoying. Okay. Okay, shortcut unlocked. I'm gonna stand here and wait. I don't trust the fireball of death. And then this one I think is the weapon. It's the fire axe, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I knew it. I knew it. I'm a veteran at this game already. Memorizing locations of weapons. Okay. So I go here, and yeah, I remember this area. Okay. Alright, alright. First of all, let me grind my weapon. This one I think is a lore item. Yep, it's a lore item. And then here... Yep, I remember this guy. Okie dokie, chat. Let's do this.
All puppets must die. Oh, it's the only way to be sure. All puppets must die. Every single one. I hear the sound of springs inside you. You're a puppet too. You can't fool me. All puppets must die. Kill the puppets. I wish I hadn't run away.
Wow, his dodges are pretty quick. Okay. Oh, he does 3, okay. Good fatal. Good fatal. Wow, okay.
I can't tell what's blood and what's oil.
Okay. Okay.
I can't tell what's blood and what's oil.
Okay. Bye-bye. Wow, that still hit. Okay.
I wish I'd known. Surviving is a hell of its own.
Okay. Dude, sometimes like his attacks, right? They like manage to basically sneak by.
I'm sorry, Leo. I was afraid to die.
Poor dude, his head is now in a wall. What a sad way to die. In any case, we took care of him. Cool. So we did that. Now... Oh, you hated this doctor? Yeah, this enemy was very, very annoying, very difficult. I did not like him. I think one of the biggest problems with his fight is that you are put into such a close space. You know, it's very cramped, very tight, you know?
Admirers seem to follow me everywhere. Pleased to see you, my stalker friend.
You made it all the way here unbothered by ruffians. You've got talent. I've never seen you before, but who cares?
This may well benefit our former client. Did you catch that subtle whiff of money in the air? Moneybags himself, Lorenzini Vanini, is inside this factory this very moment.
You caught us on our return trip. We had to deny his ridiculous request in person just to be sure it wasn't a joke. All we could do was laugh.
Keep your whiskers up if you're heading in there. He is the richest man in Krat. Or so they say. Who knows? Maybe he's handing out bags of money to lift his spirits.
Ha! That seems unlikely. No way are we doing that.
Well, anyhow, best of luck.
Okay, very, very nice. Good chat indeed. What an annoying enemy. Okay. 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 Ooh, unlucky. Okay, alright. And then... Oh, wow, there's so many of these guys here. Wow. Okay. Oh, I was too late on that block. Should have just blocked it early, just to be, like, super duper duper safe, you know? Okay, so now we have the acid water going away, which is good for us. Oh boy. Alright. Not really super useful, but I'll grab that anyways. And then... Yep, get over here. Single file line, please. Bye-bye. Alright. Then we have this area over here. Trinity Sanctum. And we have a ladder. Yay, shortcut unlocked. Alright. I don't think this one gives me a quartz, but I could be wrong. Oh, it does. Let's fucking go. Easy money, chat. Easy money. Alright, maybe what I can do before I reset and go back to this area is I can go and fight that puppet of the future. Just because taking care of that puppet of the future is gonna be, you know, a beneficial thing for all of us, I think. Is it this way, or am I confusing myself? I think I might be confusing myself, maybe. No, actually, this is a good thing. This is what we want. Yep, so we lower this. Brand new shortcut. Beautiful.
Oh, fantastic. The pipe fit like a glove. Well, like a pipe that fit. Idioms, you know?
Yeah, Gemini is really great with words, isn't he? Nope. Ow. That hurt. How rude. There we go. Okay. Not bad, not bad. We're surviving. Good. Oh my god. I think that's like one of the most annoying things about this guy is that you can get into a position where, yeah, like what will happen is he will basically, you know, move his foot. And when he moves his foot, if it's like, you know, slightly elevated and he's moving it, you can get into this like really annoying position where he's not even like trying to attack you, right? He's not swinging his foot, he's not, you know, intentionally aiming at you, but you end up getting hit as like, you know, kind of what do you call it? As sort of like an unfortunate yeah, unfortunate casualty, right? When you should not have taken any damage or anything like that. See, like that right there, I was so far away from the leg, but it still decided that I would take that hit. Yeah, like that right there, right? I have no stamina. I realize that I'm affected by shock right now. Yeah, so I have to wait until the shock wears down. Okay, I think we're back to normal. Oh, that's so annoying. Stop stepping backwards, you piece of garbage. There we go. There we go. Man, it's been such a long time since I have died to one of those puppets, that, yeah, I never really imagined that it would be doable again. But, it is what it is, right? Okay, so let's go back up here, and I think we have the pathway in order to get to the next, what is it called? Next area of the... Yeah, the next area of the, factory, where we should encounter Mr. Vanini and our favorite fire-breathing robot, Fuoko. Alright, so we go here, and we go here.
Accidenti. I have to stop them.
Don't you worry, Vanini, my boy. I have arrived.
Pulcinella. I hope he's alright.
Okay. Let's see here.
Oh, easy now. No need to kill me. Surely we can discuss this like reasonable people? Hold on. Geppetto's a friend of yours. Did he send you? I'm fine. Please, help me find my butler Pulcinella. He's a puppet and a friend. Those stalkers were supposed to be working for me, but, well, they bolted and left me to my fate. That was not helpful. My butler went to barricade the back door, and I haven't seen him since. Pulcinella has been a loyal companion. I'd hate to lose him. The factory is, of course, my priority. We must take it back. But please, keep an eye out for my butler. I'd consider it a personal favor and owe you in kind.
Okay, very nice, very nice.
Before all this chaos, Fuoco was the puppet in charge of the furnace. But he changed. He was a stand-up fellow once. Now, not so much. I'm told he's still building an army of puppets and marching them on the cathedral. How did this nightmare come to be? Please, you must stop him before he does any more harm.
Will do.
Before all this, I'm told... How did this...
Got it. Got it. Okay. So, we want, grindstone, we want electricity, and then... Let's go for fulminous. There we go. And then I'm going to teleport to Hotel Krot so that I can grab my golden coin fruit. And, we also can pick up an upgrade as well. We can upgrade the P organ while we're there, so that's going to be really, really nice. Okay, so we're gonna go all the way up here. Alright, I should probably buy some material here. Let's buy... We'll buy 6. There we go. That'll be a good substantial amount. Oh, wait. Hold on. Not down the stairs. We need to go this way. And we need to visit the P organ upgrades. Okay. Let's see. Activate P organ. We're gonna do this one. Okay. Ooh. Tricky. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna grab this one. Okay. Okay, there we go. Absolutely beautiful. And then next we have this one right here, amulet slots, that we need 3 more quartz in order to unlock it. Okay. And then let me see my character. Yeah, I'm currently light load. Holy moly. Wow. This is huge. Okay. Yeah, this feels incredible, being able to kind of like have the maximum dodge capabilities. Really nice. Alright, so teleport. control room. And we move onwards to fighting good old Fuoko. Okay. Let me see here. I wonder if I should, like, maybe grab the collectible items that are around this area, before I go forward and fight Fuoko. That might be a smart idea. Depending on how valuable these items are, right? They might really not be that worth it, but... Let's see here. Okay, that's a good item. I like that. Okay, I'll take that, sure. Alright, chat. Here we go. I believe we can do this first try, but it might be a little bit tricky. Let me get rid of this one, since he is immune to, yeah, he's immune to, or not immune, he's weaker to fire. And then, let me see. I do have quite a lot of abrasives. I could use this. This is not a bad idea. Just in case. Let me take a look at this. So we're gonna do overheat. This one is gonna be shock, break, disruption. I actually don't know what the heck he does, but this one has a little bit more physical damage. Yeah, okay, we'll go with that. And then strike attacks, pierce and slash. I think he does strike is what he does. And then let me see here. Okay. We're gonna do that. Yep, that's what we're gonna do. Alright, chat. Here we go. Good old Fuoko. I remember the first time I saw this boss, it kind of reminded me of Nier Automata, but then I was like, oh wait, no, this is not Nier. This boss looks very different from Nier Automata. Learn his ways, join us. Unfortunate timing. Point blank? Really? Okay. 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 There we go. Easy money. Hell yeah, hell yeah. That's what we like to see, chat. Easy victory. Yeah, honestly, chat, I have to say, man, the upgrade that I got, which allows me to regularly block Fury attacks without perfect guarding, oh, it's so beautiful. Like, it is definitely, very, like, risky. Like, it's a double-edged sword. It's really good, but also at the same time, you can end up getting, like, staggered, for a temporary amount of time if the attack that you get hit by, the Fury attack, is like a really, really heavy attack, and it kind of takes, you know, all your stamina or whatever to block it, right? But I think the ability to not have to, like, dodge the Fury attack if you can't perfect guard it, I think that is really nice, because you can, you know, regularly block it without perfect guarding, and then you can attack and regain a portion of your HP back that you lost. So it's not really like, you know, a losing situation for you. So that's really, really, really beneficial. I like that a lot, yeah. And there are probably several bosses in this game that have really rapid Fury attacks that, like, you know, they happen immediately, like, really, really fast without you noticing that they're starting. And so being able to, like, block those instead of try to unsuccessfully dodge it is really, really beneficial, you know? But yeah, let me see here. So I'm gonna go ahead and upgrade this. Level 78. Okay, okay. Getting closer and closer to level 80. Let's see here. So I think we can continue forward, maybe. I don't remember where the next Stargazer is, but I think it's somewhat nearby. That's a useless item. Okay. I definitely don't want to engage two of them immediately. Okay. Let's get this guy to come over here. Yep. Bye-bye. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, nicely done. Nah, you don't get to do a fury attack against me, no siree. There is an area, chat, that we do need to explore back in the factory. I guess I can complete this area first, and then I can, after I complete this area, then I can, go back. But, yeah. Let's see. We do have some work to do. Okay. No, I need you to blow up this thing right here. Yeah. Why are you guys throwing it, like, farther? No. Bad. Bad. There we go. Okay. Ugh. Rude. How rude. I just now wasted one of my, one of my carcass, bottles, right? The throwables. Which I did not mean to throw. I didn't even realize that, you know, I didn't even realize that I had clicked on it, right? So that was very unfortunate, very annoying. Okay. Bye-bye. Okay. And then we do have the annoying fire puppet that, is going to... It's gonna try to, like, jump scare, but, it's not gonna work. Let me see here. Yeah, so we already grabbed everything there, and I believe we have no more blue items that we missed out on. So, let's see. There's no item back here, is there? Oh, there is. Aha. Pretty good upgrade item. I like that. And then we have Mr. Big Boy Fire Dude. Yeah, this guy. I do not love him. That's fine. Oh. What? I blocked. There we go. Bye-bye. Yeah, that was a little bit suboptimal there, chat, but we managed to get the victory, so I'll take that. Alright, so we go here. I'm going to rest, and then we're going to teleport. Let's see. We need to go... Where do we need to go? Here? Yeah, here. Okay. Perfect. And in this area, I think that there are just some, like, you know, random pickup items that we can get, which we have not unlocked. by the way, chat, so, you know, it's been a very, very long time since I have visited the movies, right? Yeah, it's been a long time since I have gone to the movies and watched, you know, any feature film that's in theaters. And so recently, the brand new Mission Impossible movie has released, you know? It's out in theaters. And, you know, I spoke with my mom, and I spoke with my brother as well. And I was like, do you guys want to go and watch this movie in theaters, right? And, you know, I talked to them, and they were like, yeah, sure, okay, we'll go and watch this movie, right? That's fine. And so I went to go and buy the tickets. So we decided that based on our schedules, basically the best day for us to go would probably be, you know, if not, yeah, so we were thinking that we would go maybe in the morning time, and we were like, what about Monday? How does Monday sound, right? And so I ended up buying the tickets, right? I bought the tickets for all three of us using, you know, the online website, and the total cost for the movie for 3 tickets, right? It was basically $45 US, 45 freaking dollars for the 3 tickets. Absolutely insane pricing, insane. Yeah, it was something that I was not expecting. And basically the way that it worked, right? So every single ticket that we bought, right? The 3 tickets, it was, I think it was like $12 for each ticket, right? So $12 a ticket, roughly about $36, right? Maybe like 37 if you want to round up. And you know, there's the $36, and then on top of that, one thing that I really, really hate about you know, the movie theater is that you know, when you place an order, oh, that's annoying. When you place an order, like online or through the mobile app, basically they tack on this this extra fee, which is really, really annoying. Yeah, it's a really, really annoying extra fee that they add, and the fee is like, I'm trying to think. So, okay, to give you an example, every ticket that we bought, right, it was roughly about $12, almost $13. Every ticket that we bought, so the convenience fee that we paid for ordering the tickets online, it was, I think, roughly about $6 or $7, which is 50% of the cost of one ticket. So half the cost of one ticket we had to pay as a convenience fee, which I think is absolute bullshit. I think it's absolute garbage. I don't like it at all. And so, you know, basically, we had to pay that convenience fee. So you have $36 plus the convenience fee, which is, you know, roughly about, in total, 36 plus 6, roughly $42. And on top of that, right, you have your you have tax, right? So you have tax on top of you know, whatever order it is. Yeah, and it's utterly ridiculous. So in total, $42 plus tax, roughly about $44, $45 for the 3 tickets overall. And it was just like, I don't know, man. It was so extremely, like, you know, disappointing, where I saw the price and I was like, this is absolutely unreasonable, right? Paying that amount of money for movie tickets, it just feels diabolical, you know? I don't like it at all. And, you know, so what I did, to give you guys, you know, a comparison, at my local theater, right, my local movie theater, they have this kind of program that they do where if you, first of all, if you go and watch a movie and you go and watch it early in the morning or early in the afternoon sometimes, they have this thing which they call the matinee, right? They call it matinee showings or matinee times. When that is the case, there is, I believe, there's a 20% discount on the cost of tickets, right? Then, if you go and you watch a movie in theaters on a Tuesday, you get an additional discount, right? So I checked and I did like the calculations and whatever, or I should say that the online website did the calculations. If me and my family, all three of us, if we went to go and watch the movie matinee on Tuesday, the total cost of the tickets would be $28 US. Now, I think that is not including the convenience fee. I could be wrong, but I think that is correct. All I know is that it is significantly cheaper. It's probably about more or less 50% of the cost that we paid to go and see this movie. And so, yeah, I'm gonna be honest, like, I need to chat with my brother, and I need to ask him about his plans and about the movie, because we might, like, cancel our order and refund it, because $45, you know, for 3 tickets, I feel like that's way overpriced. I feel like that is unacceptable. And so, you know, what we're thinking of doing is, assuming that, you know, hypothetically my brother is not working and he's not busy, on Tuesday, maybe we could find a way to, essentially to go and watch the movie in like the middle of the day, or like, you know, 11 a.m. or something like that, right? And that way we get the discounted price. Now, if we do that, you know, number one, my brother, he has to not be busy, right? He has to be free and open on Tuesday. And then second of all, I very likely would be required to skip my Japanese class on that day, which I can do, absolutely, if I want to. But, you know, I would like to, if possible, avoid skipping class, you know, just because I need to learn Japanese, and I need to make sure that I'm studying and make sure that I'm, you know, actually practicing, you know, the language. So that class actually kind of matters to me. Like, I find it to be valuable and important. But, you know, skipping one day, it's not really the end of the world if I do it, so I'm not completely 100% opposed to that, you know. Yeah. But in any case, let me see here. So we have 4 out of 8. Trying to remember. Is there anything else that I want to do? I think all we need to do now is have a little nice chat with good old Vanini, who has teleported back to the hotel here. Where are you, Mr. Vanini?
Ah, if it isn't my savior. Glad to see you made it back in one piece, my friend.
Okay.
Buongiorno, and welcome to the House of Vanini. I am Master Vanini's major domo, Pulcinella, at your service, sir. The House of Vanini carries only the finest in luxury merchandise. I believe you'll find all items to be both superior quality and distinguished provenance. I am certain you will be able to find something that suits you, sir. At the House of Vanini, even priceless things have a price. Every item is a treasure of distinguished quality and superior provenance.
Okay. I don't need that one. Nah, I don't need these ones. The Lotto one is gonna be, you know, even more powerful, so I'll just take the cranks for now. I think I have some duplicates here, so I'm gonna sell this one. Swordsmanship Master, yeah, okay. Sell that one. Recharge, Patience, Blue Guardian, Hunters, Strength, Technique, Transformation, Red Fox, Carrier, yeah, okay. Sell this one. Indomitable +1. Indomitable +1. Okay, we're gonna sell that. Gonna sell that one. Gonna sell that one. And yeah, we should be good to go with that. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and sell all of these ones. Workshop. Yeah, so this is 24.05, and then this one is 40. Yeah, I'm selling all of these. Belford shock cartridge. 379. I think we'll be able to find the Lotto ones. I don't think we need Belford. I think we should be fine, chat. Alright.
I know my way around a weapon.
Let's see here. Let's go to assemble. Going to disassemble this one, disassemble that one, disassemble this one, disassemble that one. Disassemble and disassemble. Cool.
At the House of Venini.
Let's see. Yeah, I think I'm gonna sell all these ones that I don't ever want to use. Sell that one, sell that one. Okay, so these are all the handles. I'll keep that one. Keeping that one. Nope, not keeping this one. Booster glaive handle, nah. Keep that one. Keep that one, and I'll keep that one. Yeah, okay. Okie dokie, very, very nice. Very nice indeed. And Vanini, chat with me, buddy.
There you are, my boy. My savior, yes, that's the word. You took back the factory, and I cannot thank you enough. Without the factory, no more new puppets. The army has run out of recruits. My friend, you saved, well, all of us. But listen to me going on and on about my concerns, and I don't believe I've even introduced myself. Signor Lorenzini Venigni. Gentleman, bon vivant, and, at the moment, utterly at your service, my friend. If the name Venigni rings no bells, perhaps you've heard of Krat's Prince of High Society. That is because they are one and the same. Just two of the many names I've collected in my 3 decades here on Earth. While I sincerely believe meeting Venigni is its own reward, I have not rewarded you in the more traditional manner. Please, take this. My newest prototype. It'll be safe with you. It's a grinder stone that keeps granting special attributes to the grinder. I hope you'll put it to good use.
Nice, nice. Okay, anything else?
Then my eyes do not deceive me. I never imagined I'd actually see it again, and in the flesh, so to speak. I just designed it, set it aside, and never got back to it. Genius and acclaim can keep one quite preoccupied, I'm afraid. You are really interested in the arm, I see. Then, my friend, you shall have it. It just needs a few mechanical adjustments to fit your, particular needs. And frankly, this design is almost child's play to me now, so let's start by making it a bit stronger, shall we? I will also add what we brilliant inventors call modularity. That means it will be much easier to improve and repair since you'll be able to use commonly found parts. You might say this arm's new abilities are, legion. No? Too much? It was too much.
I like Vanini.
I always welcome.
He's a good guy. Alright. Let me see here. Modify. So, I think I need one more. Yeah, I need one more Legion Caliber, and then I get the max upgrade for the puppet string, which is really, really good. Okay, okay. We bought everything from Pulcinella, but let me chat with him one more time just to be sure.
At the House of Venini.
Yeah, okay, okay. Alright, chat. Let's see. I only have one, and then I have 2 Legion. Okay, okay. Alright. Cool. Very, very cool. So, the next time that, you know, we do a live stream, the next time that we hang out, which is, I believe, going to be tomorrow, right? Tomorrow. aka Saturday. I will continue onwards with the next area, which is the, it's the Saint Frangelico Cathedral, right? Going through the Path of the Pilgrim area and reaching the horrifying church. So yeah, that is going to be definitely, you know, an interesting stream, because I think the Saint Frangelico, you know, church, it is probably one of my least favorite areas in the game. Yeah, I don't really love the church section overall as a region, but yeah. In any case, chat, let's see here. Is there anything that I want to do? I'll do that, and then Rhinestone, let's go to Fire. Okay. Okay, and then 5k only, okay. Let me go to the title screen. There we go. That way the good old golden coin fruit does not continuously respawn. Yeah. Chat, that brings us to the end of basically live stream number 1 of New Game Plus 2. I think we're going at a good pace. I think that, you know, the amount of progress we're making so far is really, really nice. We basically beat 3 kind of bosses, right? We beat Parade Master, we beat Scrapped Watchman, and we beat Fuoko as well. Those were the 3 kind of like major bosses, right? I hope that we can continue going at like a pretty brisk pace throughout the game. You know, the faster that we are able to progress through certain areas, the faster we get to the boss fights. And some of the boss fights in the game are ones that I actually enjoy and that I look forward to. Some of them I kind of hate and dislike. But in any case, I just basically want to prepare myself as much as possible before the DLC eventually arrives, right? One thing that I did want to kind of notify you guys about is that on Saturday, right, which is technically today, but I'm going to say tomorrow, on Saturday, I do have some homework. I have basically 3 assignments. One of them is a quiz, and then the other 2 are marketing assignments, right? So the quiz is for my accounting class, and as you guys know, I absolutely fucking hate my accounting class. I think, you know, the entire course is a giant waste of time and money that I will never, you know, find any value in taking that class. But, you know, even still, I am forced to take that class, you know, for my degree, and I gotta just persevere. I gotta survive. I gotta push through it, you know? So I am hoping that, you know, I'm hoping that the assignments don't take me too long. I think that the marketing assignments, they are going to be, you know, fingers crossed, knock on wood. I think they're going to be not too complicated and they'll be not time consuming. But the accounting quiz is probably going to kick my ass. It's probably going to be, you know, one that basically wastes a lot of my time. And I'm not really looking forward to it, if I'm going to be completely honest. I will, as always, I will keep you guys updated via the Twitch stories. You know, if I can't go live, if I, you know, end up suffering from my homework for too long, I will notify you guys via Twitch stories and be like, hey guys, no stream on Saturday. I'm sorry. I, you know, don't have time. I have to focus on these annoying assignments, right? But if all goes well, fingers crossed, right? If everything goes according to plan, I will see you guys on Saturday for a brand new live stream. I would say my goal is roughly about, let's see, about maybe 18 hours from now, I would like to go live. I would like to see you guys again. Maybe 18 hours from now is you know, what I'll aim for. But as always, keep an eye out for any notifications, any announcements, and yeah, I'll let you guys know how things go, whether they go horribly wrong or we survive, right? With that being said, chat, this brings us to the conclusion for today's live stream. I had a wonderful time. I'm glad that I'm able to start my New Game Plus 2 journey, and I can't wait to see, you know, how things turn out, you know, with the future bosses in the game, especially during like the last, you know, half or the last 25% of the bosses, the sort of like late game, end game bosses, right? But yeah. All right, chat. All right. Let me see who the hell is live right now that I can raid. Oh, wow. Wow, okay, so he is live. How long has he been streaming for? Let me see here. Oh, 1 hour 44. That's kind of a short amount of time. I think we can raid over to him. Yeah. So, chat, I'm gonna give him a shout out here. For those who don't know who this is, this guy, his username on Twitch is Corbulo, right? There we go. And he is a wonderful, amazing individual. He is a British Twitch streamer, and he is currently playing through Dark Souls 2 for the very first time. And I believe that right now he is going through every single like DLC content that Dark Souls 2 has to offer. I think he managed to beat the base game of Dark Souls 2. I can't remember, but I remember that like the last time I saw him live and I watched his stream, he was fighting a boss. It was a kind of like a Minotaur Knight-looking boss that had like a, you know, like the center of the boss was like glowing blue, and it was called the Smelter Demon. Apparently there's multiple versions of the Smelter Demon, and he was fighting, I guess, like the magic version of the Smelter Demon, and he was just having a horrible time because in order to get to the boss from the bonfire, there's so many enemies along the way, and basically it was a situation where Corbulo could not, you know, get to the boss without taking, you know, at least a little bit of damage from the enemies. So, yeah. But in any case, it seems like I think right now he's having hopefully a better time with the game, and he's you know, trekking along in the DLC. So we're gonna go ahead and raid over to him. We're gonna say hello and show him some love and support is what we're gonna do. Let's see. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get this out, and I'm gonna get this out, my 2 raid messages, and perfect, awesome. We'll do that, and then I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. 1, 2, 3. There we go. And let me pull up my outro song here. Okay. Boom. You know, chat, one last thing before we go. You know, I was drinking it earlier in the stream, so you guys probably saw it. But I managed after, so to give some context, right? It has been probably a month, or maybe more than a month, since I have, you know, gotten any Mountain Dew, right? So I, like, for a long while, I did not have any Mountain Dew at home because I, you know, when I last bought it a long time ago, you know, I would drink, like, usually on average, I would say, like, 1 can of Mountain Dew per day I would drink. And, you know, after a while, after about, like, several months, I ran out of Mountain Dew. And what happened is, like, you know, after I ran out of Mountain Dew, I was thinking, okay, I should go and buy more. But right around the time that I ran out of Mountain Dew, that was when my car had that problem where I would take my car keys and try to turn on my car and it wouldn't turn on. So I had the entire car incident, the situation with that. And so that forced me, well, it basically did not allow me, it stopped me from going in and shopping and buying more Mountain Dew. But yeah, basically what I ended up doing today is I went to go and fill up some gas in my car, a little bit of gas, and then I stopped by the store, grabbed me some Mountain Dew because I was worried that I was going to run out of you know, drinks at home. You know, for those who are unaware, I am someone who, like, very, very strongly, I hate drinking water. I think that drinking water by itself, it is the most garbage liquid to drink on its own. I hate water so much because I just feel like, you know, it has no flavor, it has no taste to it, and when I drink water, I do not feel that my thirst is quenched, right? I don't feel like I am no longer thirsty. I feel like I have filled my body with a substance that it's almost like I was drinking air. You know, my body is being filled up with nothing, and the only thing it does is it causes me to go and run to the restroom every so often, right? So I hate drinking water by itself. I think water on its own is disgusting, right? And so, you know, when I'm at home, usually what I like is, if I don't have, like, Mountain Dew, then I like having juice, such as apple juice or orange juice, right? And so I was worried recently that we were going to run out of juice and we would have nothing, you know, delicious to drink. So I was like, okay, I'm going to buy, you know, restock on my stash of Mountain Dew. So I stopped by the store and grabbed it. And then, you know, later on in the evening, I went to go in and pick up my mother from her office because she was bringing home a lot of her work equipment. And, you know, before we went back home, we stopped by a grocery store and we bought a bunch of stuff. Some stuff that we didn't really need per se, but, you know, we decided to buy it because we wanted it, right? And yeah, we ended up buying some more juice, so we stocked up on juice, which is good. But yeah, I have my Mountain Dew backup just in case, which is really nice. And then yeah, another thing that I ended up doing, you know, earlier today. So when I returned back home from my Japanese class, right? I think this was, yeah, this was after I, you know, filled up on gas and after I had bought the Mountain Dew. I came back home and I decided to basically wash my car a little bit, wash it. I took like a cloth and I took some water and I like kind of wiped down my car because, you know, in the area where I live, during like the spring season, the summer season, there's a lot of pollen that gets released into the air from trees and flowers and bushes and whatever. And the pollen, it actually is visible, right? So you can see it where what'll happen is it will basically stick to your car and it looks like basically just yellow dots, right? So it looks like these random yellow dots and they will, you know, eventually stick to your car. And yeah, if you don't keep your car inside of a garage, like a proper closed garage, then after time goes on, the pollen will, you know, all kind of like, not really, it won't like get attracted to your car and stick to it on purpose, but it's just like the pollen floating around in the air. As you use your car, you drive around, the pollen kind of gets stuck to it, right? And so it has been quite a long time since I have, you know, gone to a car wash or anything like that. So my car was, you know, on the outside quite dirty. It had, you know, a lot of pollen, a lot of dirt and dust and whatever accumulated on it. So I was like, okay, let me wipe down my car. So I did that, and yeah, it was a little bit of work to get things cleaned up, but hopefully my car is now in a better shape than it was before. But yeah, other than that, I think my past week has been pretty boring, so that's kind of like all the highlights that I can share with you guys. But yeah, in any case, chat, let's do this raid. Okay, yeah, let's do this raid, chat. We're gonna get this raid going and say hello to Corbulo, and we'll be good to go. Yeah, we'll be chilling. All right, chat. Oh boy, come here, come here. Oh boy, he's so fluffy and absolutely a chunkster. All right, chat, my lovely, beautiful chat. Thank you all so much for, you know, yet another stream. It was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. And yeah, I hope you guys had a fun time out there too. I know that, you know, there are people out there who love games like Lies of P, such as me, right? And those people out there, they will absolutely appreciate, you know, the live streams that I do playing this game. Then there's also, of course, going to be people out there who, they don't really care as much about Lies of P. Like, maybe they somewhat enjoy the game, but they're not, like, you know, big fans of the experience of the gameplay, right? And I think that, you know, it is very understandable and very fair if some people out there, they're like, man, this guy is playing Lies of P basically for the third time all over again, right? Because we did base game, we did New Game Plus 1, and now we're doing New Game Plus 2. I can understand that, you know, there may be that feeling from some people where they're like, man, I'm kind of tired of Lies of P, I want to move on to another game. I definitely get that, I do. But I do want to, I think, like, it would be a really big shame for me personally if I played, you know, New Game Plus 2, and I eventually got the 100% Steam completion achievement, and I did not, you know, stream it. I did not record it or anything like that, right? I feel like that would be a big disappointment, at least to me personally. And so, you know, that is the reason why I'm kind of on this grind of playing Lies of P. But eventually, I think once New Game Plus 2, once it stops, once, you know, we finish New Game Plus 2, assuming that it's not a pain in the butt to accomplish, that is the point when we can move on to the next game. We can, you know, figure out what our next adventure is going to be. But for the time being, I appreciate all of you out there for, you know, tolerating the Lies of P live streams, and I hope you guys have a fun time enjoying it, you know? Yeah. In any case, chat, that's going to do it for me today. I appreciate all of you out there. For everyone who, you know, either was watching the stream currently is watching the stream or will be watching the VOD in the future, thank you so much. You guys are the best, absolute heroes out there. Much love to all the lurkers, all the VOD watchers. I hope you guys out there have a wonderful, amazing rest of the day or night. Please stay safe out there, stay happy, stay healthy, eat lots of yummy, delicious food. Make sure you guys drink plenty of water. Always, always, always stay hydrated. Bottom line, take care of yourselves. Stay comfy, stay cozy, and I will see you guys hopefully in about 17, 18 hours from now, assuming everything goes well with my homework. Fingers crossed. I'm hoping that things go really, really well, but we'll see. With that being said, good night, chat. Farewell. I'll see you guys later. Let's get this raid going, shall we? Okay. Peace out, guys. Bye-bye.